Odyn Warrior is actually back on the block, and we actually managed to hit Legend with it. Not with ease, but it was definitely not the hardest deck to climb with, so in this video I'm gonna give you guys a quick guide about it, show its mulligans, win rates, as well as some general tips so you have a better idea how to play with and against this deck. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can hire for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the deck we used, and it's actually sitting at above 57% win rate for the last 3 days, with above 1000 games as well, so it's definitely a deck worth checking out, especially if you're missing the good old Odyn Warrior. We are running a lot of 2-of cards in here, we're not Highlander after all, so we get to include all of the good removals, we get both the garage gifts, which we usually use for shield blocks against most opponents, but it's also great for 6-mana brawls as well. You can definitely get out of pinch on a lot of matchups. And let's not forget also Execute as a card in there, which in certain cases could actually be the correct answer. Razorfen Rockstar helps you against aggro. You can use this on early game just so you can gain some tempo on the board to poke with, as well as a little bit of extra armor, but against control matchups where you are expecting them to have a lot of armor, a lot of health, all of that nonsense, this can be the way for you to deal upwards of 60 damage with ease. So having a couple of these definitely could be strong. We have a single copy of Shoot Slam so you can deal with some tall men, but usually you don't really see that many tall men you can't really handle with big board clear, so that's why we only have a single copy. We also have a single copy of Town Crier, which the only reason you have it is so you can pull the single rush minion, which is Ziliax. And this is the 8-mana Poison Reborn bullshit that everybody loves to hate. We have a couple of Verse Rifts, and these are decent against aggro for early game aggression. You could also be cheeky and actually use it for your Stoneskin Armorer for a turn-free draw while dealing with stuff. But the main usual case scenario with this would be for you to be using it after Odyn is in play, because this is 1 mana 4 damage, or even 6 damage if you actually finale with it, and you've played another Verse Rift before that. Couple of Blade Storms, obviously great cards. Couple of Needle Rocks you can draw a bunch. It's also Totems, and that is going to help with the single copy of Roaring Applause. We also have a single copy of Part Scrapper, and again, this way you basically get to drop a turn-free Ziliax that way, which is kind of insane. But you gotta kind of have to get lucky for that to happen, because how are you gaining... I mean, technically you can literally just play 0-mana Safety Goggles, Part Scrapper, and just do a turn free Zilly like that if you already have it in hand. We also have Safety Goggles, obviously are great, usually played for 0 mana. That can be 0 mana, gain 6 armor, gain 6 damage if Odyn is in play. It can also help you big time with the Sanitize, that can be pretty nice like that. So don't always just rip the Safety Goggles because it's glowing green, guys. Like, it can be so much more than that. It could be a 0 mana, not forged Sanitize to deal 6 damage like that without the opponent expecting it. It could also be gain 8 armor with the help of Razorfen, or even 10 if you have to. And it can also be dealing damage with Odyn. So be strategic about the Safety Goggles. Don't just rip it because it kind of feels okay to do. Have a good reason to do it. In certain cases you can just throw it out there if you have hand size issues, but normally you don't. We have a couple of shield blocks for the card draw, and the armor gain, obviously. Stoneskin Armor also pretty great. Fizzle can help you get even more damage, so it can be extremely powerful against, again, control-y matchups where the damage might actually end up not being enough. It can also be good against aggro on tempo, like you're still getting a second batch of a bunch of cards. So ripping this even on turn 3 with not that big a hand could be decent. I mean, it's a 3-mana free to begin with. And it can also give you a bunch of extra removal, which the opponent will not expect. Couple of hammers, pretty decent. After Odyn gets played, this thing starts dealing 6 damage a pop. And it's also a great control tool in the early turns, so you can actually handle some stuff. Gives you extra armor for your potential Stoneskin Armorer draw, or for your Sanitize, so all around good stuff. Ignis is also pretty helpful, giving you that big weapon usually. It usually goes, if you're against fast matchups, you can go for 1 mana. If you're against mid-range, you can go for 5 or 10, and if you're against control, you usually go for 10. But it's not a rule carved in stone, so be smart about it. The Sanitizer are pretty nice. These are the only Forge card you have, actually, so keep that in mind. We're actually not running the 5 damage 3-mana Forge card, which is kind of weird because it's actually an excellent card. But honestly, what are you gonna cut? You gotta gain armor, you know? Inventor Boom is obviously pretty broken with the couple of Reborn Ziliaxes you can get out of it, and this is the only mech you have in the deck, so make sure it actually dies, that doesn't get stolen by Yogg, doesn't get ripped by Reno, none of that nonsense, it actually has to die. So be smart about when and how you play it, so that you can actually make some pretty fat Inventor Boom action. We also have Odyn in here, obviously, you can do tons of damage with it, still pretty decent even at 9 mana. And a lot of the times, like, if you're against aggro matchups, it really doesn't come down to the Odyn, guys. Like, yeah, you can drop it. It's probably not going to be too bad, but on turn 9, if you've reached turn 9 and the opponent doesn't have a board at that point, like, you probably already won the game anyway, you can obviously drop it, but don't always try to win with Odyn damage. Like, you actually rarely win with Odyn damage nowadays, so don't tunnel vision into it and ask yourself why the deck is not working for you. And lastly, we have Yogg in here, pretty decent card. You can steal other people's Ziliaxes that way, so even if yours gets poofed or Yogged, you can Yogg it right back. You can just Yogg some other big men. You can use it for the big removal. And lastly, you can use it for a bunch of tendrils, but that's usually never the answer. All around, that's it for the deck. Matchup-wise, here's what the staticals show. Highlander Druid apparently not so amazing, but not that popular either. Rainbow DK is on the 50. And the rest looks pretty doable, aside from straight up Highlander Warrior, that one definitely usually feels miserable. As for the Mulligan, here's what the stats show. It's usually a bunch of card draw, a bunch of armor gain, that kind of deal. Tank Crier is obviously not bad. Roaring Applause is okay, Needle Rock is great. Depending on the matchup, Verse Rift might be a consideration. Stone Skin is usually great. Art Scrapper could be amazing, especially if you have Town Crier. And yeah, it's a deck where you're gonna have to be smart about how you mulligan depending on the opponent. This is a good guideline, but honestly, it's gonna differ heavily depending on the opponent you're expecting. So take these stats with a grain of salt. They're not universal. You're gonna have to actually think about what you're playing against and if you're going first or second. As for going second, I would not keep Inventor Boom, obviously. Tank Crier is still great. The Totem is nice. Roaring Applause can be great, and you could literally just tempo the Razor Fan and turn to Roaring for a couple of cards. Like, if you're against aggro, it's actually not a bad play like that. Part Scrapper is still fine. Fizzle apparently is okay. Stone Skin's still okay. Yeah, all around you get the picture. All around the deck is not very cheap. It does have 6 legendaries. Ziliax is still getting counted as 2. But if you miss the Odyn Warrior action, the deck is actually doing quite well right now. Like, don't take my word for it. Here's what the stats look like. The last 3 days, Diamond to Legend. Here's what we're talking about. Odyn Warrior is... Where'd you go? There you go. I think for the last 7 days, it looked a lot better. Yeah, here's what it looks like for the last 7 days. 56.6 with 1,500 games. Definitely nothing to scoff at. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the guide. Now let's check out some of my games on my road to legend with it. Hope you enjoy.
You dare challenge the war chief!
Or draw is fine. Sanitize might be important if this guy turns out to be a giant. Roaring Applause seems to be getting it. Two gifticles. There you go. That'll get the juices flowing. This guy really doesn't like my totem, man. Yes, I'm still listening, YouTube. Why you gotta make a perfectly working service crap, man? Like, fucking hell, Chief. So yeah, he is giant. Handlock Hoopy? What is that even? I haven't actually seen it on the stats or anything, so I don't know about that, man. Well, that's definitely a 4-drop, I can tell you that much. Well, now he knows we ain't Reno. Good news is on turn... No, what am I talking about? This is his turn 4. He doesn't have that big a hand though, so he doesn't even go for the swap. This is gonna give me some time. I can actually do this, and draw 3 cards like that, gain a bunch of armor.
Let me hear you make some noise! Job's done.
Oh. Got the silly. I got the part scrapper. It's gonna be a quick easily. But yeah, this guy low rolled so far. He couldn't get the hand swap. Does he get it now? Doesn't seem like it. What's it gonna be, mister? This guy is low rolling his little ass off, man. For real, for real. Thanks, Soupy. Might give it a check. Wait, where did you send it? Ah, saw. Looks interesting, man. Did you build it yourself or found it somewhere? Okay.
Humbled!
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Well, I guess we're just gonna take a dick pic, and next turn we might do some sanitize action. Problem is he could protect himself with the 4/4. Problem is we don't see that much aggro nowadays, Oopie. We see a lot of combo nonsense. That's my main concern. This guy's low rolling his little ass off, it feels. He's trying to bait me out. I'm just gonna do this. Thought so. Okay.
This is not my first guerrilla war. You dare
Against the shaman.
war chief.
Not very happy about that, but think we should be able to get out of range. I'll tempo this guy. It's a card, man. What do you mean? Okay, looks like he is the token temple shaman. Let's see if he has the +2/+3 on it. He might. But all around, this should be an easy matchup for me, I'd say. Doesn't have the buffage. Love to see it. Okay. Should I waste this? Protects the 0. I'll do it. We are gonna have some hand size issues. You could have the free right now though. That would be a bummer, but what you gonna do? Turn 3 +15 armor. Can't say no to that. Personally, not much of a football fan on my part, but I might take a glance at the final, and whatnot. That's always fun. Okay, let's go ahead and do some of this shit. That's a lot of armor. This little tome is drawing its little ass off, isn't it? It's doing God's work. This draws jack shit. Problem is, next turn this could be... I mean, this will be the Wave of Nostalgia. And there's not much I can do about it. There kinda is, but it's overcommitting. I'll just hope. I'm doing it like this so the Wave of Nostalgia doesn't give him as much targets. Now he cannot value trade my 0/1. It looked kind of silly, not gonna lie, but I feel like that was the correct play there. Because right now he's gonna have at least 3 targets, the Nostalgia for my 2, and that could have been even 1. Guess he's gonna take a turn to get ready. This might be an okay blade storm for me. Let's see what this thing says first. Okay, that's a good brawl right there.
Listen here.
That's a lot of armor, Chief. Yeah, shit, he is running Shudderwalk in something like this. Why? Oh, so he can get the +2/+3 5 times? Jesus, man. That might end up poorly.
Do you have this in a bigger bigger size?
Listen here.
Sucky part is that this Ziliax is not even gonna die, he's gonna get transformed, so I won't have it in the inventor boom. Wreck. Yeah, that's a bummer right there, Chief. Right in the bum bum. I guess this is as good a Zilly turn as any. Am I gonna be super sad if he waves it? I mean, the wave is not gonna be that spectacular for him because we already have a board ourselves, so he might actually just try and trade it somehow. Because right now the wave is not gonna be that hot for him with my shit. That's quite the high roll though. Like, for the Shadow block to be worth it in this deck, the Hagata must be also drawn. Okay, we have it dead in the mix, so that's huge. Take those. This gives me enough room to play my Odyn here and feel happy. That's mildly annoying, but he don't get that much out of it either. The Wave of Nostalgia would be a bitch, but not that big a bitch. On the other hand, I kinda want the second Zilly to also die, so this guy becomes nice. Fuck it, I ripped the Odyn here. Yep, Tempo Nostalgia Shaman. Okay, he kills it. Let's fucking go. It's gonna go for the good old 20 on the Odyn. Now this is basically another big removal for me. Some weird action in this deck, not gonna lie. Kinda wanna take a pick out of this hand. Getting a third Sanitize might be muy importante. Getting a second Inventor Boom as well. It is gonna die, but I'd rather get the Sanitize. Couple of large men. Nice snapshot, yeah. Let's go with this thing, it's also pressure for him. Do I even want to draw much? 7 cards left. Now let's just left tap his mouth. Okay, he's running something very different than the traditional Nostalgia Shaman, it seems. Very different indeed. If that's all you're doing, man, you're dead. Taunt minions in the way, though.
Insignificant. Insignificant. Insignificant perfection.
That felt close to lethal, but was there lethal there? Probably there was, right? Double this thing was lethal, wasn't it? Was it? It was close, man. Either way, I'm pretty sure we're getting him, but should have thought about it a little bit longer there. This 2-2 definitely fucked it. Was it? You counted it? Yeah, I mean, we only traded with... There were 2 taunts, so we kind of had to trade there, but the big one we didn't need to. We used the 4-mana Craftsman Hammer for 6 damage. These were 12. Are you sure there was lethal? Could have went all face if there wasn't 2 taunt minions, guys. Taunt minions are a thing, right? Yeah, but 2 goggles is -1 hammer, which the hammer was also 6 damage, right? I'm gonna come back to it and see if it was lethal or not. That was funny. I have 8 cards, and the guy is a little bit on the left side. It was exact. I'll give it a check.
What now?
Let's brawl. Wait, execute sleeve. Maybe get back to it. Felt like it was lethal indeed, but just want to be sure. This trades, so yeah, it's tons of lethal, isn't it? I mean, I didn't even need to start with the Gara's Gift, that's for sure. So here it is, sitting at 10 mana. And Blade Storm, do this. We're left with still 8 mana. So, I guess it would even be better just the hammer instead of Garage Gift into block, plus double safety goggles, so that's 18 damage. 18 damage plus 22, 29. Would have been 29 damage if I went with hammer instead of the shield block. Backs. Close. Simpo.
All will shine on the dance floor.
You dare challenge the war chief!
Against the Palele, final boss by the way. I'd say I can hold on to most. Could turn out to be Flood, but it's probably still gonna be hand buff. How's it going, Doctor? Thank you very much for the Prime, man. First
Hey, it's
subscriber of the day.
Kris05 in chat.
Thank you very much, my guy. How are you doing? Whack-a-mole of all people, so that must mean he's Highlander, right? Shouldn't be hard.
I smell gold in them there waters.
Actually, welcome to the stream, actually. He's gonna draw, we're gonna draw, everybody's gonna draw. Only he's gonna be drawn, bitch. Greedy bastard. I'm gonna waste the Blade Storm on it then. And let's get that silly in the mix. Zillium. So that's how you play Highlander Pally, guys. I knew there was something to do with getting Spirit on curve. I knew it. Fucking hell, man. Couldn't put my finger on it. I definitely knew getting Spirit on curve was important, though. Sure looks like it. Sick burn, you know? Would have been a 1 mana too. It's only annoying when they get the Spirit on curve, and when I played it, that literally happened a single game for 90 minutes. So, yeah, 75% of the time, it's not that annoying now, is it? Especially with a deck like ours. Dukes, you piece of shit. You dumb bitch. You stupid whore. That was a 25% chance, guys. This guy is winning the fucking lottery right there. Winning the fucking lottery as we speak. I'd advise him to buy a lottery ticket, but the way things are going, he's just gonna find it on the street, you know?
I wonder.
Guess the Odyn game plan ain't happening, might as well benefit out of this shit.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Be humbled! Prove your valor!
Hey, happy to hear, man. Appreciate. Let's try I can coin out my silly. I don't think this guy was targeting Odyn there, guys. Maybe he was thinking there was a brand involved, but there wasn't. Wow, he's so good at getting taunts, dude. No fair. Could have killed Odyn if he wanted to. Still will. I'll coin out the Zilly, so hopefully it dies. Not gonna trade with Odyn. And this guy also has Reno on curve, that'd be a bitch next turn. That's a weird thing to be doing. All makes sense now. And there's the guy, but like I said, something tells me this man has the Reno. Let's see what this has to say. Nothing. What am I doing over there? Getting a fizzle might help, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Of course. The Mirage has him covered. I guess that's what we're hoping for here as well. The Ignis might help. This is gonna be the inventory boom part. I could have also Yak stolen there, but might as well do this right now. Rather get this in the mix. Let's get this involved. Top deck Reno, is that you? Fucking is, guys. He literally top decked it. As everything else in this game, this guy is just squirting out luck his tiny asshole. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. What an absolute gamer that guy is. Gets all the Highlander cards on curve. Absolute god right there, chief. A god amongst men. Out of all the pallies, I had to run into a fucking Highlander pally with the biggest luck of his life. Out of all the pallies out there, it had to be the Highlander one. Sure. And now we know there's also a Viper up in that bitch, so even when I get the Ignis, we're still getting fucked. Yeah. Confirmation biased blah blah indeed. Fucking hell, man. A prep? Really? Just for me? While my face is frozen. You shouldn't have. No, really. What am I supposed to do with that? What's the win condition without Odyn? Well, we have Ignis, with which you can take a double picture of. It's a long shot, but a shot nonetheless, I guess. Nice order, by the way. He'll fucking do it again. Doesn't do it again. Interesting. Kinda need that fizzle, dude. But no, it's really nothing I can really do. Like, we know there's a Viper left in his deck. His Mirage is gonna keep on showing it up. Even if I get the 2 good weapons, the Viper is just gonna fuck me over. Yeah, that was just predetermined bullshit right there. He got the 25% chance Dirty Rat. He got his Spirit on curve. He got the Renal on curve. Like, what else? What else was it supposed to happen there, guys? Like, how much more high roll could he have asked for? Or not, it was always gonna be the outcome fate. We were never winning that one ever. It was just very far down the dumpster. At that point, if he had the inventory, it was always GG. Got Yag in the photo. Now that you said it, did we get the photo though? Still. I'll coin this bad boy out. Yeah, this guy looks like Flood. I think it's dawning on this guy that he's very fucked here. Oh shit! Zilly can drop real quick. Let's do that then. Sure, it's happening. This is not a drill. Could have the aura.
What now?
I'll tempo to Zilly still. It's not the best of boards for it, but it still completely wrecks his early tempo, and it leads me into my good removals for turn 6. Could just Blade Storm now. Maybe Forge and such. I guess. Next turn I'm gonna have 0 mana safety goggles so I can fucking do it again. I could also just brawl or brawl. It's a miserable time to be a flood pally right there.
Hey, you! Extol me!
Acceptable.
Reporting for duty.
Sick burn, yeah. I can also just ignore for now. He ain't doing much.
The toy store belongs to the Titan.
Reporting for duty.
That's a cool fizzle, but not really. Could have been a lot better. Probably could have been a lot worse. Let's keep on cycling. Okay, there, yeah, I could steal something massive. I might just steal that, yeah. 3-7. He's gonna use his 1-1 Teram onto it, but it's not a big deal. It's a little bit too much stuff. Let's get some armor action instead.
Let me hear you make some noise!
Good sanitize is not gonna do all that much. I mean, it kind of does. It denies him like +6 damage.
I wonder.
It's really not the best of sanitized boards. Let's just do this, man. It's a good amount of armor gain this turn. We're getting closer to the inventor boom. All is good in the world. I couldn't draw out a couple of cards with the applause, but it's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, guess that's gonna be the brawl turn. Odyn's in the house. I mean, I could just sanitize, honestly, the brawl is risky. Two on Livin. I mean, as soon as I do this, he's out of here.
I smell golden in their waters.
Reporting for duty.
I wonder.
Try my luck at finding the inventor faster. That is my last big removal, however, so I don't feel too good about that. Yogg and forced to attack each other? I think I will. Safe Odyn turn. It's really not about the Odyn here, though. Those are cards. Really doesn't come down to me playing Odyn in this one, that's the thing. This guy pretty much already used up all of his heavy hitters. I could have included Odyn in there, but honestly we've used up most of our armor cards anyway, so it's all about just outlasting this man, and that's always happening. But yeah, playing Odyn there was probably also gonna be an okay thing to be doing, but it's really not what we're about here anymore.
You have a fraction of my power.
Give it some time.
For duty.
Give it some time, Stumpa. It'll take a while. Okay.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
There's my boom for next turn. That's gonna be a GG. There's my pick.
I smell golden in their waters. Keep on panning.
Oops, I'm gonna be burning. Still, no regrets. Sure. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care about Brawl, and I'm just gonna do this and fuck him. Poking the Divine Shields would have been a good idea. Yeah. Okay, final boss, this time for real. Let's get a real one this time. Priest, I think we should be fine against any priest. That's a fucking cool skin.
Look what the
Hilarious. Crazy penguin. Look what the cat dragged in. That's from the Twisticle, isn't it? These are actually gonna give me a good amount of card draw this way. Nothing on turn one, but we're not about that life.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Grins.
thirst for battle.
The crazy penguin is a cat. Its cover has been blown.
Wrangling whelps is harder than it looks.
Okay, Zarimi it is. Good luck with that. It's not to be a great matchup for us, actually. The Zarimi is quite the bitch to handle. I'll do this for now.
Have this in a bigger size?
Problem is, he can literally OTK me if I'm not careful. Yeah, it's quite the problematic card in it. Should have I Bladestormed that last turn. Feels like an important thing to waste on it. Could reverse rift into more card draw, but not even killing this. I'll do it though.
Do you have this in a bigger size? Stylish and deadly.
Humbled!
I'll slap it. Reno Warlock. I tried my luck with something like that. Definitely didn't feel like it would have handled though.
What now?
Doesn't feel amazing, but it's mana efficient at least. I don't feel great about this play. Welcome to the stream, Crazy Penguin. Playing around that Blaze Storm awfully nice, aren't you? Good job. A real pro. Good job, Chief. Playing around it like a champ. Why didn't I think of that? Now, why didn't I think of that?
I wonder.
Stylish and deadly.
Busted. Could be a viewer, but feels a little bit weird. Feels a wee bit on the sus side. Nope, not a follower, no messages. Fun, fun. Good job, Crazy Penguin. Very, very important game of your life, isn't it? Why are people such scum? What's the point of being such scum, man? It's just a fucking game.
Let me hear you make some noise!
It's not bad to have. Yeah, coincidence right there. A happy accident. Guess that's gonna be the brawl turn. Good top deck, 0 gain armor. Lucky one time? Oh my god, I was lucky one time, was I? Probably not. Brawl is just buggy like that. Oh wow, I was lucky. That's the least you can do against the sniper Hearthstone. It's the least you can do. Yeah, a lot of crazy penguins in that world. Such wondrous power.
Water! Sweet, beautiful water!
Okay, so that was the biggest dragon he had, so maybe he doesn't have Zarimi just yet, but he could.
Light sings, and the impure fall.
Yeah, feels like he's still digging. Can he dig it?
My rage is not bound by size.
Okay. With a play like that, maybe he's not sniping, honestly, but who knows, chat, who knows?
Listen here.
I'm gonna make these trades first so nothing too fucky happens. Well, we're overdrawing whatever the fuck it is. Surely it's gonna be Inventor Boom or Odyn. Honestly, I don't even care about the Odyn as much as the Inventor Boom, but something's gonna get fucky real quick.
Wrangling whelps is harder than it looks.
This stretch is almost over.
Kills my Yogg. That's new. Yeah, that's fine. If I force his idiots into each other, that's always gonna be deleting the entire board, right, Yogg? That's how it goes, right?
I wonder.
Okay, my idiots are alive except for this shit. Sure.
Listen here.
I'll get myself the tenner, I might be able to close the game. That was a wonky Discover pool, didn't get random 8 drops, didn't get Battle Cry 6 damage. But gaining 8 armor could prevent him from giving me the lethal out with the Zarimi shit. Sure. There you go. Good luck with that. Wow. Massive. Good luck with Zarimi and everything. Yeah, even sniping doesn't help much, does it? Again, I'm not sure if it was a sniper or not, but not a follower, not a person that has chatted anything ever, being in my viewer account. I don't know, man. Looks awfully sus to me. Definitely didn't feel like he played around some of the shit I could have done, but maybe he's just not that good at sniping, who knows? Guess we'll never know. Oh shit! I'm still winning, right? Surely I'm still winning, right? He was gonna heal out of range, but I'm gonna sanitize and fuck him up. It's also trading here. Sucks to be this guy. Okay. It's not lethal, right? I should have used the safety goggles there, huh?
My torment is my ease.
Sure.
Together in harmony.
Doesn't look like a taunt minion to me. Wasn't he supposed to go for a random what's-his-face? Button's right there, buddy.
I'll knock him dead. Everyone, stay in sync.
That was a weird game. Well, legend is legend. What we got? Top 400. Not bad, not bad. Take those any day, chat. Ain't gonna take themselves. And GG, doctor. We got the thing. We got the thing. Gotta say, kinda felt like you were stream sniping, but some of the later plays definitely didn't feel like it. Yeah, GG to you too, man. Seeing you in the viewers list before in the follower list was kinda awkward, not gonna lie, but didn't really feel like you were playing around my hand on some of those turns, so I think I'll let it slide. Thank you for the follow, and yeah, GG. That Zarimi didn't come on time, did it? Okay, and we got the legend. That's always nice. I think we're gonna do a couple of guides real quick and call it a night. So if you guys want to see a little bit of behind the scene, how we do those things, you can stick around.